What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, but in this one, we go over some first tough news for Michigan as they lose a key part to the future of quarterback Brady Hart. Plus, we got an update on wide receiver recruiting for Michigan, update on Derek Meadows. Also got some rumors ahead of the Ohio State game, latest on Will Johnson, Colston, Loveland, and also what players were smiling about around the facilities this week. And we also talk about JJ McCarthy's advice to quarterback Bryce Underwood. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and to start out this video, did want to talk about the bad news here, get it out of the way, and we'll start with Michigan's previous 2026 quarterback commit, Brady Hart. As it came out of nowhere today, he flipped his commitment from Michigan to Texas A&M and also is reclassifying in the 2025 class. So Michigan losing a key piece of the future. It obviously comes after Michigan landed the number one quarterback in the 2025 class, Bryce Underwood. So obviously things could be a lot worse for Michigan, but it does really suck to lose Brady Hart. I was really excited to go from Bryce Underwood to Brady Hart, and I do think Brady Hart could have used a couple of years to not only develop under a system, but also gain some weight, build some muscle. But so obviously best of luck to Brady Hart. There was some questions to whether or not he would reclassify, but the good news for Michigan is it is the 2026 class. They have a lot of time to find another quarterback, and obviously this was a possibility with landing the best quarterback in the 2025 class out of Bryce Underwood, because you're going to have him for the next 3 years. So at best, Brady Hart would be Michigan's or would have been Michigan's starting quarterback in year 3. Still sucks to lose him, especially a talented quarterback like that, but it could be a lot worse. But I also did want to give an update on wide receiver recruiting for Michigan. But before we do, I did want to give a shout out to today's sponsor over at BetUS. They have all the odds you need this football and basketball season. There are a ton of sports games on this weekend, including tonight. A lot of college football games, NFL games as well, and obviously it is rivalry weekend in college football, the best rivalry in all of sports. Michigan, Ohio State. The spread has gone down to 19.5. Over under is 42. Money line for Michigan is plus 850. There's also some other good games on, like South Carolina and Clemson. South Carolina could very well win that game. Also games like Notre Dame, USC, Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M. So a lot of good games. Currently, it is a great time to get started with BetUS because they're currently offering a 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000. Then you also get a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000, all with promo code YouTube150. So go ahead, check them out at betus.com, and obviously please gamble responsibly. But let's go ahead and continue here, and I wanted to talk about the latest on Derek Meadows, the 2025 4-star wide receiver currently committed to LSU. There had been put in 2 crystal ball predictions going in Alabama's favor from Tom Loy and Blair Angulo of 24/7 Sports, as obviously this has become a Michigan-Alabama race. Now, is Michigan completely out of the mix and out of the race for Derek Meadows? No, they still have a chance. However, it is concerning, and momentum has definitely slowed down for Michigan in this recruitment. Now, Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider does still have his crystal ball prediction in for Michigan still. He did lower the confidence though to a level of 4, and he did give an update on Derek Meadows. He said that he did put in his crystal ball prediction because there was likely a decision coming from him either Sunday or Monday. However, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday passed with no decision, and the momentum clearly slowed down for Michigan. He did say that his read on the situation is that it marks an important collaboration of NIL positional slotting for Michigan's collectives moving forward, and that appears what Michigan could be doing right now. Michigan's collectives, what they're doing at the receiver position. Obviously there's going to be certain positions that get more NIL money compared to others, like the quarterback position. That's always going to be the highest paid position, and other positions will get slotted accordingly. Now, Michigan, a lot of their attention could be shifted towards the transfer portal for the wide receiver position because, they do have already a few wide receivers committed in the class, and they're going to need some experienced targets out there for Bryce Underwood from the transfer portal. So that could be where, they would like to shift their focus more towards. As far as, the recruitment of Quincy Porter, Michigan, they did make contact with him, but nothing more was really done then. Contact made between them. A couple of receivers Michigan could circle back to is Taz Williams, also Jerome Miles, who's a 5-star wide receiver currently committed to USC. That one seems a little far-fetched though, but we just have to wait and see. Early signing day is next week. Michigan could make some moves, but again, Michigan, they know that they are going to have to attack the portal, and the remaining attention could be used towards the portal for the rest of these positions, including wide receiver, because they are going to need to get some experienced wide receivers from the portal for Bryce Underwood. So that's the latest there. I did want to give some updates and some rumors ahead of the Michigan-Ohio State game. And let's first start with injury updates and the status on Will Johnson and also Colston Loveland. Now, there has been multiple reports now coming out saying that Will Johnson is expected to miss the game tomorrow against Ohio State, which obviously really sucks. It was expected that the expected return date for Will Johnson was the game against Ohio State, and the coaching staff, Sean Moore, said that Will has no plan of shutting it down or anything like that, and that for sure this season he'll be back. Now, he did say that about a month ago, and obviously, we do have to wait and see for sure tomorrow on the injury report if he is indeed out against Ohio State, but it is looking like he is going to be out against Ohio State, which does suck. Now, it's not like Michigan hasn't been playing without him though, basically for the last half of this season. So, at least this team, has players ready to step up, like Zeke Berry, obviously having to play on the outside recently for Michigan, and Michigan will also look for Jair Hill, Amir Hall to step up as well, along with Zeke Berry. Now, for tomorrow, Michigan's defensive line, it's going to be an absolutely huge matchup for Michigan's defensive line going up against Ohio State's banged up offensive line. If Michigan wants a chance to win this game, that's going to be where Michigan can really take advantage. If they dominate that matchup, they could have a chance. So trench play obviously going to be huge on both sides of the ball. Michigan's offensive line, defensive line, and it is supposed to be a cold game. So that could help Michigan. It's supposed to be windy, so it could be, a game where it's really going to be both teams running the ball. But as far as Colston Loveland, his status, he is also questionable right now. And while there is no reports coming out saying Colston Loveland is going to be out against Ohio State, he has shown that he will play through pain. So hopefully he plays tomorrow, but he is also questionable going into the game. And, there's no shots taken at anybody when I'm about to say this, but unlike Will Johnson, Colston Loveland has shown this season that, he's willing to play. He's willing to go out there, give it everything he's got, and play through pain because he has, played through some injury troubles this season. He's had to sit out a couple games. He got injured in the Minnesota game. So now as far as, the players this week around the program, around the facilities, according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, there were some smiles this week, especially when they heard the weather forecast for the game in Columbus, and some people quoting the colder the better for this game for Michigan against Ohio State. So, these players, their confidence is up. They have no fear going in there against Ohio State. A lot of these players, they have not lost against Ohio State. They don't know what it feels like other than beating Ohio State. So, these players, they're going to be confident going into this game. They're not going to, be feared. It's like Schroedermore said this week, you got to throw out the records, throw out the betting lines, everything, because it really does not matter, especially in this type of rivalry game. So I'm excited to see what this team's got in them going up against Ohio State. Biggest game of the season. Michigan's got nothing to lose. Ryan Day, Ohio State, all the pressure is on them. And, also not to mention Michigan played their best football game against Northwestern a week ago. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm definitely excited for this game. And real quick here, though, do want to give a shout out to Michael Long, who is a Michigan Legend channel member. Shout out to you and obviously all the other channel members out there. I appreciate all you guys. And I also wanted to end this video by talking about what JJ McCarthy's advice is to Bryce Underwood as he talked on Champion Circle the Lab with tight end Jake Butt, former Michigan tight end. And, he talked about his advice, what he gave advice to Underwood. He said, I sent Bryce a little text the other day on my advice to him. I said, I'll just, add a little something else if he sees this. My advice to him would be to chase the suck, chase the stuff that you absolutely do not want to do. He said, one of the greatest things I learned from the great and legendary Greg Harden was to do everything 100% of the time. Whether it's that class you do not want to go to that's on the other side of campus, you're going to do it. Whether it's that conversation you don't want to spend the next 30 seconds, you sit in there and you do that because of that kid, that girl, that guy, whoever it is might need it. And he said, it's how are you going to take advantage of the time that you're there at Michigan. He also talked about fighter Mike Tyson. He talked about the discipline aspect, doing things that you hate but acting like you love to do them. Working on that is going to put you leaps and bounds ahead of the competition once you get here, because in the NFL, they're faster, stronger, bigger, more intelligent, more experienced, wiser. He said it's about playing the long game for both of us. We both want rings, and that's what it's going to take. So pretty good advice right there from JJ McCarthy. Obviously, Michigan has the chance to, go from an elite quarterback of JJ McCarthy to an elite quarterback of Bryce Underwood, as now it is Bryce Underwood's turn to be a hometown hero and come in here, win a championship for Michigan. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Again, shout out to BetUS. Go ahead, check them out at betus.com. And hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.